Hello! Yes! Oh, sugar. That'll do. Ho, ho, ho. Congratulations to your subscriber milestone. We are honoured to be part of recognising your achievement and wanting your experience to be exponential. This award was inspected and packaged with great care by Rick. Thank you, Rick. Woo-hoo! Yes! Look at that! Look at that. We'll take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Take it out. Boom! For passing 100,000 subscribers, Tom, Pemberton Farm live. Look how cool that is! For the video starts, I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who's subscribed. We're 130,000 now, so it is incredible. This is amazing and definitely past what I thought would be accomplished before. But yeah, incredible. Thank you very much. We're going to get to the video now, everything about drainage. Also, TP merch will be live at the end of the week. It'll be back in stock and we can ship it everywhere. The postage is on it, but obviously the further away you are, it's going to cost a bit more. So I've just put it down. So if you want to buy it, you can, and we can ship it everywhere. Guys, thank you very much for this. Thank you very much for the merch. And you're about to see the video. See ya. You ready to go check out the mess?
Always checking out the mess.
Good morning, everyone. If you have not already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring that little bell, give the bell a little ring, ding-a-ling-a-ling. Videos every Tuesday and Friday, and the odd occasion we do the Sunday video. What we're doing, we're just doing a catch up. There has been a storm over the weekend, mainly Sunday. It hit us pretty hard, and we're just going to see what kind of state the farm is in, and it's not in a great one.
Not at all, no. Saturday night, Sunday morning, we must have had 2 or 3 inches of rain, all further up the catchment area. It's come down and it's totally filled our channels, our water channels that are really next to the sea. And this should have gone down. The pumps have been working all the time. It's down 6 inches, maybe 8 inches off.
So it was the top of there, was it?
Nearly touching the bridge yesterday at lunchtime. But when it touches the bridge, it then overflows into the field.
Go have a look over there.
And then it won't come back, only through the drains.
I was able to get my drone up today. It was very windy, so some of the footage is really shaky. It was struggling at some point. You can see how high the ditch is. Here we have like 2 of our main fields over the ditch. So we have the 10-acre and the 20-acre. If you've been following me for a while, and if you haven't been following me for a while, that field flooded quite badly, I think the year before. And this field we drained quite well. We cleared out that ditch the start of winter this year, so it was about November time. We cleared out that pond. We found that hole, Dad, you were digging, didn't you? Found the drain and started going in. But obviously now we have a lot of drains that come up to stone. What happened is all this water is going back into our fields, going up the drains and up the manholes that we have.
It was full to the top. It was another 6 or 8 inches higher
yesterday,
and it was really going over the very, very low spots. And unfortunately it's come back up some of the drains. The amount of rain we had, there was no way it was going to run off the fields. The fields have all been slurried in the last month, just after Christmas, so there is a little bit of smearing on top, so the water doesn't drain quite as well as we would like, but we had to get the slurry out. Fortunately we did at the time. You're giving us some capacity now.
You don't want to spread slurry now, would you?
Well, no, you won't want to spread it on wet. At least we did pick a time when it was spreadable. You can just see the lights the tractor made, but there's no ruts as such. And now the water level in the field is level with what's in the drain. There's no way that field can drain until this drops down again. And then hopefully the next week we can get this down and the water starts drawing away with a chance for the fields to drain again. The drains are there, we've jetted them. There's a few manholes we need to clean and sort out on the main drains, make sure it's pulling all right. We can't do them all, we can't make water run uphill.
We have had a problem with the Environmental Agency before, but this year I was saying to Dad, the dike has been down, or the ditch, the dike, whatever you want to call it, has been down more than years before, hasn't it? To be honest. And that's why we haven't flooded so much. We have had a hell of a wet winter already, and then this was just unbelievable. You can see from the drone footage that we have got up, the field next to us is our actual neighbours. He has a couple of sheep in there still. I'm going to guess they aren't going to be in there for too long. You can see that his field is even worse. It's a little bit, it's not as green. So we have these 2 fields here, and from the drone footage you'll see a 3rd field there. That is even worse. The issue with us, because we are so flat, we are ridiculously flat land. When it is wet, it just stays there. A couple of these lads are flooded and they're about 6 foot underwater. Well, the thing is, for those guys, they will drain quite well, and normally, hopefully, touch wood for all of you guys, that you will drain, but we know from what our land is like, it doesn't drain too well because the ditch is normally so high. But hopefully we might come back in like 2 or 3 weeks and see where the water is. But you'll see the footage from now. It's so wet, it's so saturated, it's got no chance of doing anything. I know a lot of people are in the same boat. I'm just updating you on where we are at the moment. We are going to be chopping grass at the end of May, and obviously it's a long time from now, but this is what the problem we're going to think of. We're going to grow grass under all this water, so we're going to have a bit of an issue, I think.
You're going to see the tram lines, can't you, where this
yeah, you'll see it from the drone, I think.
But also where we got the land going up to the wood, even though it was running off that field yesterday, I could see it running off the field, over the track, into the ditch. But the point is, that's nearly dried up, besides in the hollers. But all these hollers now, well, what happens is the weight of water compresses the ground even more. It stops it draining, so the sooner the water's off, the better. Otherwise it just goes compacted and it's getting worse and worse, and the low shops go lower and lower, and they will probably need lifting again, subsoiling or sward lifting to give it a chance. It'll definitely be done during the summer this year again, because of the weight of water we've had on. But it's so frustrating to have to do a job nearly every year just to make your grass grow. And last year we had a great grass growing year. This year at the moment it's not looking too good, but there's a long time to go.
It's not as bad as 2015,
no.
Is it? Because 2015, I remember me and Dad came, it was around Christmas, Boxing Day on the day, so this did flood over, and this gap here came over and then it flooded our whole field, and that took so long to do. We had a really bad year. The first cut crop was awful, second cut was a little bit better, but we had so many patches. The other thing I wanted to mention as well, so when we let cows out, I got a little bit of notice. Why do we keep our cows in for 6 months of the year? Here and a lot of places it's so wet. Imagine if I chuck cows out, if I had cows out now. So we have to keep our cows in for 6 months of the year. They're nice and tidy, they're dry, they're clean, they are happy at the moment, they're cutting away, they're loving life. So that was just another thing as well. I thought yesterday, because I wasn't here yesterday, unfortunately, I felt quite guilty about it. I thought, well, this is why we can't have our cows out for 6 months of the year, because of this chance and how much it's raining.
It would ruin the pasture, totally ruin the land. And when you're standing here and you're going down the field a bit, you nearly look at the water in the dike and the ditch as you go further down the field. It's actually looking higher in the ditch.
I was just about to say that when you were chatting before.
We have a struggle to make this water go back uphill. So until that drops 2, 3, 4 foot, 6 foot as it should, there's very little chance of this field draining.
There are some guys in a worse boat than us, but we've still got to try and farm as well. We just know, historically, when we have wet patches like this, it takes a long time for it to get dry.
And also it takes some work again, and it's very frustrating. You did it a couple of years ago, and
2015 was the year, wasn't it?
With a real wet year, you had Storm Desmond, I think it was, and to surprise.
Talk about Desmond.
Not guilty. Not guilty, but it was the Storm Desmond, and it totally flooded this farm that time, and we did have a bad spring. However, let's hope we've had the worst of the rain, or we get the worst of it this next week. Then let's have some time to dry up. Yeah. We need it to dry up.
Currently the farm is underwater pretty much. I would say high 60%, 70% of that field is underwater, and probably 50% overall of the farm. Luckily we have the wood there that it's not even dry to that wood, but at least we can see a bit of grass.
It's very wet underfoot. You wouldn't graze on anything, you wouldn't even travel with anything, but it's not holding water because it runs back down off it.
Doesn't matter how big your tanker is today.
No, you'd never
you ain't
get
traveling.
Forget it.
Guys, so that is an update of how we are getting on. I know it's a nice small video, but I thought I'd just mention it. Hopefully people watching this, they haven't been affected too bad by Storm Ciara, but I just thought I'd update you where we're at, how we are doing. So when I say we aren't doing a lot of tractor jobs for a while, we are not doing a lot of tractor jobs for a while because we have just no chance of doing it. No chance of doing it. Frustration. But we can't, there's no one to blame at the moment. If this dike doesn't go down, we'll start another conversation. I'm just going to give it him and just let him explode. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give it a thumbs up. Also, give me a fingers crossed that we will dry up and we will have a great spring. Get your TP merch. We haven't got it on now. TP merch at pembertonsfarmshop.co.uk/TP merch. You can pick it up there and you can pick it up anywhere you'd like. I can ship it anywhere, I think, I hope. Restock will be on Friday. I put my order in last week. He said it'll take about 7 days, so I'll get it on Wednesday and I will get it on the website on Friday. Thank you very much for watching. Let's hope we get dry and hope everyone else is not better than we are doing. See you in a bit. Bye.
After it may sound, people, it's as easy walking through the puddles with the ground underneath. It's firm and solid, you can feel it under your feet. And when you get where there's no puddles, it's gooey, soft, boggy and smoothie, but the ground has been compacted so hard, it's like walking on something that's been prepared to hold a puddle. And the water now has got to try and get through that. So that's why we subsoil and break things up.
Do a bigger tractor to do a bit of subsoiling. Oh, definitely a free legger.
Yeah.
Who knows? Hey, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? And hopefully we're all going to dry up. But yeah, it's wet. Definitely wet.